Hey guys, 22 Plinkster here. I'm about to tackle a subject that has been all over the internet and all over YouTube for that matter. The subject is, what has happened to all the 22 ammunition? I constantly get the question asked, where am I finding my 22 ammunition, or where can I get 22 ammunition? 22 ammunition, such as this blazer, made by CCI, regular CCI ammunition, and even your bulk ammo is extremely hard to find right now. There's been so many conspiracies about what's happening to the 22 market, what's happening to the ammunition. I'm fixing to give you 5 reasons why I think 22 ammunition is not on the shelf. I have heard from one of the largest rimfire manufacturers that they are producing the rimfire ammunition. They are producing more now than they were a year ago. They haven't slowed down. Their factories are running 24/7. And the truth of the matter is they have to fulfill a lot of back orders that have been put out over the past year. I know myself, I have on order now, next month, January of 2014, will be exactly 1 year. I've had 2 cases of federal ammunition on back order. The place that I order from, they just can't get it in. So, but a lot of these places are trying to fulfill the back orders from, a year ago. But I'm fixing to give you 5 of my reasons why I think the ammunition is not arriving on the shelves. And if they are arriving on shelves, they're not arriving for very long or staying on there very long. My first reason why I think the ammunition is not actually staying on the shelves, or that you're not seeing it on shelves, is 22 long rifle ammunition, or the 22 caliber in general, has become very, very, very popular among people, among shooters, of all shooters. It has. I have seen a decline in 22 ammunition for the past 3 years, and it took a unfortunate event such as Sandy Hook to pretty much wipe out all the 22 ammunition on the shelves. About 3 years ago, there was a rifle that hit the market that kind of started the decline of 22 ammunition. Not that the manufacturers weren't making this ammunition, but people were buying more. And that was the AR platform 22, such as your Smith & Wesson M&P 1522s and your Colt and your Mossbergs. And let's not forget all the 22 conversion kits out there, such as the Kimber and the Glocks, and your CMMG conversion kits for your AR-15s. All these conversion kits came on the market, and these AR style rifles 3 or 4 years ago, and people started buying more 22. So that was one of the biggest problems, was because the ammunition started becoming a shortage more than a year ago. It was actually about 2 or 3 years ago. It was hard to find a certain kind of ammunition, your bulk pack. It was for me anyways. You could still find it, but it was getting harder and harder to find because people were going out and seeing the the use for these AR style rifles for training, and also these conversion kits. It was cheaper to shoot a 22 than it was a 45. And let's also not forget like the Smith & Wesson M&P 22, the pistol that matched the 9mm. People were training on that, and also like the SR 22. All these pistols were coming out, and these rifles were coming out about this time, and people were seeing the use, the need of training with the 22 instead of with the 223 or a 45 or a 9mm. The second reason I want to go over is that the availability was always there before. All right, let me explain a little bit. I usually kept, up to probably about 2 or 3 years ago, 4 or 5 boxes of 22 on hand, bulk boxes of 22 that I shot. I shot a lot of ammo, but if I needed some 22 ammo, I would just run down to Walmart and buy a box or two. It was no big deal. It was always there. The problem with it now, and the reason why you're not seeing it on the shelves, is that people, they have large piles of 22. Not everybody, but some people have large piles of 22 ammunition there at their house, and they'll go to Walmart, or they'll go to Dick's Sporting Goods, or wherever they usually get their ammo from humongous chains, merchandise chains. And what would happen is they would see a box of CCI, or they'd see a box of Federal. They didn't need it. They had 10 boxes at the house, but they would already justify buying it because it may not be there tomorrow. It may not be there 5 minutes from now. They was like, well, I see it on the shelf, might as well buy it. And that's what's been happening. I don't need any 22 ammunition right now. But just last week I was at Walmart and I saw a bunch of CCI ammunition. They had like 4 or 5 cases of mini mags come in. and I didn't buy any. Even though I wanted to buy it, it was like $7 a box for 100. I wanted to buy it, but I knew I didn't need it. And I was come this close to buying it, but I didn't, because I thought to myself, there's other people that need that ammunition worse than I do. So, but what a lot of the problem is, people are actually buying that ammunition, and not leaving it to the people that actually need the ammunition. 3. Hoarders and preppers. Now there is a difference between hoarding and prepping. I'm kind of a prepper myself, not a huge prepper, but I believe in having a small stockpile of ammunition and food and stuff like that in case if something does happen for an emergencies. I do stockpile a little bit on ammunition, but I don't go crazy. Now there's a huge difference between hoarding and prepping. Okay, I know somebody, I know him personally. He has over 200,000 rounds of 22 ammunition right now. Over 200,000 rounds. That's a lot of ammo even in my standards. I guarantee you he hasn't even shot 500 rounds this year. I guarantee you. And that ammo is pretty much just going to go to waste, because he's never going to shoot it all. And every time he sees it, he just hoards it. He just buys it. And in my opinion, having that much ammo and you're never going to use it or never going to shoot it or even give it away or anything like that, that's just wrong. But that's what a lot of that's where a lot of the ammunition has gone. With the preppers, preppers are real big right now. People are prepping and buying a lot of 22 ammunition because it's a lot easier to carry, a backpack, of 1,000 rounds of 22 long rifle than it is 1,000 rounds of 223 or 308 in a backpack. And 22, long rifle can take, every form of small game in North America, and even most big game, with a light hide and light skin. So, it is a great prepping round. But, the hoarders and preppers, I do blame some of that, the availability, on them. All right, number 4, price gougers. I blame price gougers more than I probably blame anybody else. And what I mean by price gouging, and I'm not talking right now about stores price gouging, I'm talking about individuals, people that you see on Gunbroker, that are selling 22 ammunition. It just makes me furious when I see this. What's happening is, if you're not familiar with it, most of y'all are familiar with it, people are waiting in line for when stores such as Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, and all these big chains, when they open up, they go in every morning and, they know when the shipment's coming in and buying ammo. And they'll have 4 or 5 of their friends with them, and they'll buy this 22 ammunition. They'll come home, they'll turn around, they'll put it on the internet for 3, 4, sometimes 5 times more than what they paid for it. The Walmarts and the Dick's Sporting Goods are selling it at a fair price. But they're turning around saying, they buy it for $20 for a bulk box at Walmart. They'll turn around and sell it for $75 to $100 online. In my opinion, that's wrong. And I know it's America, and it's supply and demand. I understand that, but taking advantage of people who want to shoot, and kids who want to shoot, and people who want to go hunting and can't get the ammo, and you're buying all of it up. And yes, those people could wait in line. Just like the people who's buying the stuff at Walmart at 6 o'clock in the morning, they can wait in line just like the other ones. But you're buying it and you're selling it online, and what that's doing, that's hurting us. That's hurting the shooters, because as long as people are continuing to pay $75 to $100 for a brick box of ammo, 22 ammo, this is never going to go away. As long as they see people willing to pay this, they're still going to go to Walmart and still going to buy it and turn around and sell it and make a huge profit off of people that's willing to pay for it. So until that stops, you're not going to see ammunition, 22 ammunition on the market at a fair price, across the board. Last but not least, number 5. And I've kind of got to be careful here, okay? And this kind of goes along with number 4. Local gun shops. And again, I'm not talking about the huge people like Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about local gun shops. I've seen this, and it's pretty sad. And what's going on is they are buying it from whoever, from Federal, from CCI, from Remington, whoever. They're buying this 22 ammunition from these manufacturers, and they're buying it for a reasonable price, $18, $19 for a bulk box. And they can put it on their shelves just like they used to for $25. Well, they're not doing that. A lot of them are not doing that. Now I can't say all of them aren't because I know they're not. I know some local gun shops personally, they're doing a very good job of keeping the prices down, and I commend you for that. But what some of them are doing is they're buying this bulk box for $18, $19, $20, and instead of putting it on their shelves for $25, they're not putting it on their shelves for $50, and they're not putting it on their shelves for $75. Because if they jack the price way up, they're going to have to hear it from every customer that walks in that door and say, hey, you're price gouging us, that's not right. What they're doing is, that ammo's not even making the shelf. That ammo is going directly to their personal website, and they're selling this stuff for $50, $75 to $100 for a bulk box. And local gun shops, I know it for a fact. They're hurting us. They're hurting the shooter. They're hurting other people that want to buy this ammo and shoot. That's where a lot of your ammunition are going. It's not like the local gun shop is not getting this ammo sometimes. They're getting it, and they're not even putting it on their shelves. They're going to put it on their website to make 3 or 4 times more money, and they don't have to hear about it from every customer as they walk in while they raise their prices. Guys, give me your thoughts. Maybe I missed something. If I did, let me know. If you want to go over to my Facebook page and leave me a message on my Facebook page, I will put a link to it in the bottom of this video. Also, if you want to ask me a question on Twitter, you can go ahead and do that. I'll put a link there also. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope the ammunition will come back soon. Thank you very much for watching again. Y'all be safe and keep blinking.